who's watching their kids.
Now we'll show you startling videotape of daycare horrors, and there's no doubt who's at fault. Inside Edition Weekend is next.
What Louise Woodward did may be debated for years, but the abuse by this daycare worker was all recorded on tape.
My son had to fight for his life at 3.5 months old because of your physical abuse.
How did her trial end? He's part myth, part legend, and all man. And when this real-life Tarzan takes on alligators and sharks, he almost always comes out a winner.
If a shark attacks me, I'll attack him back.
Meet a real wild man who takes on wild animals for fun. He was there at the beginning of the Beach Boys' endless summer, but he cut his California dream short when he quit the band.
I had no idea that it was big as it was.
Now, 35 years later, he's back catching waves with the band because one of the Beach Boys is seriously ill. Of all the beauties on TV, which are the sexiest of all? Hear how some of the hottest women in Hollywood rate the competition.
Tia Leone, feel her face, very pretty.
Hello and welcome to Inside Edition Weekend. I'm Stacey Sweet.
And I'm Don Criqui. The Louise Woodward nanny murder trial has riveted the attention of 2 continents, anywhere where parents rely on outsiders to care for their children. Dangers in the daycare system are well documented, and as Scott Rappaport shows us, the camera doesn't lie.
Why did you do that to me?
When Louise Woodward, the British nanny, was sentenced in a Massachusetts courtroom last week, the issue of proper daycare was front and center.
I'm not responsible for his death.
Well, proper daycare has also torn the city of Rock Hill, South Carolina apart.
I don't think you should ever be allowed back in society.
What ended in a tragic case of child abuse in Rock Hill began with a blind leap of faith. Parents like Tanya Starling, Steve and Janet Nixies, and Mimi and John Oates all trusted an unknown daycare worker with the welfare of their kids.
I liked the setup they had. The people were very nice.
But that couldn't have been farther from the truth. What you were watching is the Nixies' child caught on surveillance tape at the TLC daycare center. First he is hit, then he's tossed around in a baby jumper. The woman hurting the child is TLC employee, 32-year-old Angela Adams.
She really has a problem, and she needs to get some help, and she needs to serve her time, and she never needs to be around kids again.
And sadly, the Nixies are not alone.
This doesn't happen to me. In my mind, it doesn't. Stuff like this doesn't happen to your children.
Tanya Starlings also brought her child to TLC. Within weeks, Adams was at it again. After surveillance cameras revealed Adams abusing 4 children on tape, she was arrested and charged with 20 counts of assault and battery. She pled guilty and this Monday was sentenced to 30 years in prison. At her sentencing, Mimi Oates broke her silence.
My son had to fight for his life at 3.5 months old because of your physical abuse.
And prosecutor Willie Thompson says justice was served.
When we were able to produce that video to the judge, a lot of that weighed heavily, I think, on his decision. And so I have to say 30 years is thrilling.
In the wake of the conviction, the families all agree that it's going to be a long road to recovery. But they are also thankful that their children did not suffer the same fate as little Matthew Eapen.
Of the families in our story, one mother has quit her job to care for her children. Another takes the child to a babysitter, and a third is still going to daycare, but a different provider than TLC. Very frightening, Stacey.
Don, our next story could be scary if the videotape will show you isn't just Keanu Reeves doing research for an upcoming role. You may have seen him playing an attorney in the current release, The Devil's Advocate, or in Speed, or maybe even in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. But you've never seen Hollywood heartthrob Keanu Reeves quite like this. This is heartthrob Keanu Reeves as you've never seen him before. Not on a movie set, but sprawled in a back alley in West Hollywood, sharing drinks with his newfound pal, a homeless man.
Keanu engaged him in a conversation. What do you like to drink? This is what I like to drink. Keanu goes off to the liquor store and actually purchases beverages for the for them both, and they sit down and get into a conversation.
11 o'clock in the morning, they were drinking in the shadow of the infamous Viper Room, the nightclub where Keanu's buddy, River Phoenix, died of a drug overdose in 1993. Keanu's publicist says Reeves was researching a role for an as-yet unnamed movie about a homeless man who wins the lottery. But even in a back alley, the 33-year-old can't escape his fans. They bring him a clean T-shirt, pose for pictures, and ask for an autograph. Decide for yourself what you think of this video. But it's no secret that Keanu leads a different kind of lifestyle.
I'm pretty straight up, kind of American guy, I guess. So, I don't know. Nothing too out of hand, I guess.
In the past, Reeves has said that he thinks he's just a regular kind of guy.